guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope everybody is doing well. I'm Tara. I don't know if I have any new followers, but I'm Tara. Welcome. It has been literally like I think a year and a half since I filmed a video, and I thought I would do a get ready with me and discuss why it's been so long, what's been going on, my little change of scenery. And so today I'm just going to do a really easy get ready with me. It's basically my makeup look that I've been doing when I feel like being a little bit more dressy, but also when I have camera on me for like Zoom meetings, because I'm sure a lot of you guys are doing work from home if you are fortunate enough to. So I hope you guys join me. I hope you guys are having a good day and whenever you're watching this, and yeah, so let's get into it. So first I'm gonna pin my hair back. I just got these like little weird claw clips thingies. I just find it helps because my hair, just like everybody's hair, unless you're fortunate enough to live in a place that you can get your hair cut, it's just long. My bangs are in my face and this makes life easy. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you guys the products kind of as I work through it. I'm not going to do like a review of the products. If you have questions, just leave them in the comment section down below. I will gladly answer, and yes, so let's get into it. So first, I've already washed my face. I've moisturized and everything. I am not going to use primer, mainly because I'm in Canada. It's winter time and I have extremely dry skin, and I find primer just dries my skin out even more. So I'm not going to bother, but instead what we're going to do is use kind of a dewy foundation and mostly cream products. And the first thing that I'm going to use is the Maybelline Age Rewind on my face. And yes, so let's get into it. So like I said, it's been almost 2 years since I filmed, and the reason for that is my husband and I moved from our house that we used to have and moved out to the country about a year ago. And it was lovely. No complaints about where we moved to, but the thing is my husband works for himself, and we have been trying to get his stuff off the ground, and because that's been kind of a little bit of a process, having moved where we moved to, it really has not left me with much time. The other thing is too, is prior to COVID, I was working about a 3-hour drive away from our house. 3 hours both ways, so an hour and a half one way and an hour and a half the other. So this was taking up so much of my time. And not that there's anything wrong with that, because I do like my job, my regular day job, but it was just a lot. And for those of you who probably don't know, I also run a bakery. So why don't I do baking videos? Because I don't want to. I kind of want this space to be for my other interests. So anyways, so that was kind of what's going on there. Now, with the shift of the way that the world is working and things like that, it meant that I was able to now take some time and kind of do other things I like. And I was baking a lot, I was doing a whole bunch of other stuff, and what I ended up finding out while I was doing all of this was that I needed to start taking care of myself. I have been struggling with a little bit of a health problem that has now really amounted to not much of anything, but I needed to get a liver biopsy and a whole bunch of stuff. I'm just not going to go into it because it's really not that interesting, and it kind of resulted in me still not knowing much of an answer. But subsequently, I ended up gaining a bunch of weight. I haven't been feeling very confident in myself, and I was embarrassed to come back on camera and look different. And yeah, that's kind of a tough thing to admit, but yeah. So I decided to just take some time, see what it is I like to do, and kind of go from there. And then I also realized that everybody has like super planned out, this is what I want to do with my channel, this is this type of stuff. I have no idea what I want to do. This is just kind of a space for me to talk about fun things and do. My husband's not very nerdy, so things like, you know, my Up House or like my Disney stuff. I don't know if you can see that, but my Harry Potter things. I just want a space to kind of like be able to nerd out and just kind of I don't know, talk to people who aren't in my house. So yeah, so that's kind of where this kind of came back from. Our house is also 120 years old, yeah. So it needed renovations, and the office, if you can't tell, I have no trim on my door. I actually don't even have a door. And so we've been renovating, so it also really hasn't given us much of a time or a space for me to be able to kind of go about doing any of that. So yeah, so anyways, I thought I would pull out some of my equipment and maybe film something. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use the Dream Radiant Liquid foundation, and I'm in Ivory. I don't put a lot of this on, so what I actually do is I pump it straight onto my little kabuki brush. I don't use a sponge because I'm not really going for a thick look, and I kind of just dab it everywhere. So yeah, and then the world changed, because that's how I'm gonna put it politely, and then I started feeling guilty because, unlike everybody else, the change of the world, the shift that was done, meant that I could start working remotely, which has been such a blessing. I've been able to carve out time to take care of myself and enjoy some self-care, which has been very lovely, and kind of learn what I like and what I don't like, and how toxicity in my life was affecting me and things like that. So the first thing I started doing was trying to find an exercise that I could do at home, because I don't know about you, but a lot of our gyms are closed. All of our gyms are closed. And if you wanted, when they did reopen for a brief period of time, if you wanted to go, you had to book a time. Also, at our new house, the nearest gym for me is 45 minutes away. So if that's not enough of an excuse not to go to the gym, I don't know what is. So I discovered that I really enjoy skipping. So I ordered some skipping ropes, and I skip now for fun. I also do some yoga. And yeah, the weight gain that I was discussing, it was important, because obviously I care about my overall well-being and my overall health, but more importantly than that, it was just the way that I was feeling. I'm feeling really self-conscious about myself. I was not feeling very good, physically. I just felt like a blob, and I just needed something. So what I started doing was skipping for 5 minutes straight. If I messed up, I just got back and I continued, but skipping for 5 minutes and just kind of continuing on that made me feel so much better, and not too hard that I knew I couldn't complete 5 minutes, but just enough to be like, I did it. So anyway, so yeah, so I started doing that. Also, one of the silver linings from this situation currently has been just cutting out negativity and things in my life that really don't bring me joy, which I know sounds so fluffy, and I'm really not that kind of person, but it's true. My parents live 5 minutes down the road. I miss them with my whole heart. My best friend lives an hour away, in a completely different area, so it's not like we can area hop or whatever, and she hasn't been able to come up because we worry about each other's safety coming back and forth. I live very much in the country, in the middle of nowhere. She also lives in the country, but she's in a little bit more of a touristy kind of spot, so we don't really want to mix just in case. So that's been really hard, but my in-laws are far away, things like that. But doing things that feeling the need to do things that I wouldn't like to do has been completely eliminated, and I don't feel guilty about saying no, and that is a big deal, because I used to feel a large amount of guilt if I didn't want to go do something. I would kind of feel like I have to. I'm, believe it or not, kind of an introverted person, so for me, yeah, that's been kind of liberating in a sense. Also, because we live in the middle of nowhere, we've been able to go for bike rides, we've been able to kind of enjoy things like that without having everybody around. So the saying of, what is it? We're all going through this together, but we're all in different ships kind of thing, or we're all weathering the same storm, but in different ships, really speaks to me, just because I do feel that. I do feel that my situation, had we been living in our old house, we had 2 roommates, I would have probably been losing my mind, just because I don't think I would have been able to handle having them there and their needs and everything like that. So yeah, also we've been very fortunate. My job has been remote. My husband works for himself and he works alone, so he's been able to maintain his work. I mean, there's been challenges there, but he's been able to maintain his work. And I've been also really fortunate because I've been able to dedicate some time to my bakery, and that also has been doing well on its own. So that's been really lovely. So anyway, so yeah, so this is not just a how good am I doing in this worldly situation, but yeah, anyway, so those are kinds of some things that I have found have helped me, is kind of looking more on the positive side of things and things that I've learned about this. But yeah, so now I'm just going to use a little bit of Shape Tape, and when I mean a little bit, I mean a little bit. The point is not to look like I did a full beat before hopping onto these meetings. It's just to make myself look a little bit more like awake and a person. I don't put makeup on because my boss cares. I do it because I care. I like the excuse to kind of get ready a little. It makes me feel better. So, and all I do is I just literally, I'm blending this in with my fingers, and if you'll notice, I put a spot on the inner corner and a spot on the outer. It's just so that it doesn't go on too thick, and it's a very, very, very thin layer, and I just pat, pat, pat. Nothing crazy. Yeah, so anyway, so that's been what's been going on there. Then I've also been kind of struggling with, like, I want to film videos, I want to do this, but I don't really know what to talk about. And I know people just say, like, talk about, like, whatever, and that's fine. And I agree. I mean, it is my space after all, but I want to make stuff that you guys would be interested in conversing about or whatever. So yeah, then I just decided this morning to just grab the bull by the horns and do what I want. So I'm doing what I want, and here we are. So, all right, so there you go. So just tapped in some Shape Tape. So the whole point is not to, for this look, just so you guys have like an end game, is not to look so done up that like, it's like, ooh, I'm going to like a movie premiere and I look so fancy. It's just to kind of clean up. Like, I don't know about you guys, but where I live, I can't get my eyebrows waxed. I can't get my upper lip waxed, which is why I have like actually some friends right there. They're ingrown hairs, which is super attractive. And so the whole goal is to just kind of look a little put together. It's not to look like, you know, whatever. And when I'm not talking, this takes 5 minutes. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to grab the Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder. I got this, like, she's real tiny. I got this little tester sample from Sephora, and honestly, I don't set my entire face when I'm doing this, so this has lasted me probably about 2 months, which I don't think it's supposed to, but I just grab it on a Sephora Pro Sculpting Brush, which is just shaped like this. I run it under my eyes, tap, 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 just kind of get it in there. You can do this with a sponge. Just a sponge will give you a little bit more of a thicker kind of look, which is why I'm not. So just tap that in. I tap it down just on the side of my nose and in my little T-zone area. I am so dry right now that I really don't need to do any of this for like, sorry, that was really gross. I don't need to do any of this for kind of posterity reasons, the makeup stay. I just literally need it to kind of just set it so that it doesn't move around too much, but it's not for shine, it's not for anything, because I will not get shiny during the day. My skin is drier than the Sahara Desert. So I literally just used what was on the cap, close it back up, and put it away. So yeah, so anyways, so that's been kind of what's going on like here with me. So what I want to do is, what I want to film next is like what I've been loving kind of recently. I want to film a kind of Harry Potter stuff. Like I have the beautiful new, and I know people have done this, but I have the beautiful new-ish Mina Lima Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone book, which I think is just an incredible piece of art, and I would love to just go flip through the pages and like not every page, but show you kind of some notably cool items that I've spotted while flipping through. So yeah, so I thought I would do that. What else? TV. We've been watching a lot of it. We've been watching WandaVision lately, and I feel like I'm in the minority. I am not loving this, and I don't know what about you guys, but I'm really not. So I'm just going to use my powder bronzer. This is the Butter Bronzer from Physicians Formula, which I've hit pan on, but I'm trying to use everything up, which actually leads into another kind of point. I am trying to do not like a no buy year where I'm not buying anything, but because we have been just kind of, we're doing some renovations on our house, and I'm kind of close to like paying off my car, things like that. I'm just trying to see if I can get those debts like paid off faster. So I'm trying to limit the amount of money that I'm spending, what's going out, and replacing things like my bronzer. Just because there's a new bronzer doesn't make it a good idea. So what I'm thinking of doing is I actually want to try the Fenty bronzer. I've heard a lot of good things, and yes, so that might be my next purchase. But the Butter Bronzer from Physicians Formula, excellent. So I just put a little bronzer on just to kind of warm up the perimeter of my face. I have sometimes been using Quo, which is a Canadian brand. You can get it at Shoppers Drug Mart. Same with the Physicians Formula. Has come out like rebranded, completely rebranded, and they've come out with a few cool products. They have a stick foundation, so sometimes I'll use this as, this is like a legitimate foundation, but I have it in color Toffee, and it is just a stick foundation that I sometimes will rub over the perimeter of my face. I'm finding that because I am very dry, like I have dry patches all around, this is catching and it's not looking as good, so just a powder will be fine. And then the other thing that I'm not quite sure if I really like is the Quo Featherlight Cream Blush, Cream Blush. I have the color Angelic, number 42. It's like okay, but what I find about it is that it's just, maybe this is just my inexperience with cream blush, I find that it's either like all or nothing, and I also don't like how it doesn't really last for the day. So I kind of use this on days when I know that I don't care how I look. So anyways, so I've got that. Next up is I'm going to just throw some blush on, and the blush that I'm actually going to use in an effort to use up my stuff is my Nars Orgasm blush. I really like this. There's nothing kind of too wrong with it. It is just a classic if you're new to makeup and you're trying to just find something that you like. This blush will probably suit almost every skin type. There's some gold flecks in it. I don't need to review this. You guys have all seen this enough. But I just put it on the apples of my cheeks. Just gives me some color. You know, we're pale in Canada. And then the other thing that I got, I didn't want to invest, and so I purposely bought this, was the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Strobe Powder. Just like a travel size. I have had this coming up on a year, and I use this, well, right now I use this probably about once every 2 or 3 days, and I can't even hit pan on this stuff if I tried. Like, you can't dig in, you just do like a gentle swirl and you pick up enough product. And then what I do is, because this is just a strobing powder, I put it over my, like the middle, the arch of my brow. I put it down my nose, just a little, on my cheeks, or on my chin, excuse me, and then I do it on my cheeks, but I kind of do it like more in the middle, and then I bring it up. So right there, and bring it up. Just, it adds just a nice like flush catches the light nicely. And yeah, when you're wearing a mask, it's kind of nice to have a little bit lively looking skin. So yes, so I use that. And yeah, so there's that. What else? Eyes. See, I haven't done this in so long, I don't remember what I'm doing anymore. I use the NudeStix. I got these from Sephora on sale. NudeStix Metallics 3-piece mini eye set. It comes in a little like kit like this. It's got a nice giant mirror on the back, but the thing that's kind of fun about this is that there's three colors here, and a pencil sharpener for them, which is kind of nice. And what I do is, I don't know why they did this, but can you guys see that okay? The colors, these two colors are almost identical, and I don't know what they were thinking, but it's so hard. So what I do is I open one and I try to see which one's the lighter and which one's the darker of the two. This one's the lighter one, okay. All right, and so when I am doing this, literally just for me, I'll take the lightest of the NudeStix sticks. I just rub it all over my eye, and this is actually like a really nice kind of, if you guys are looking for just a quick, simple, easy eye makeup look, this is good. Then I just take my ring finger, I pat these out all over I just color it on all over the lid, and then I just pat it out all over the lid. Now, the one thing I will say about this formula is kind of weirdly sticky. So if you start layering it too much, it kind of gets like this weird tacky kind of feeling, and I don't know why. But yeah, so see, just like a light wash of color, and do that on the other eye. You don't need much, like you just need a little bit, and then you just kind of spread it out. Anyways, so yeah, so that's what's been kind of like going on with me. And everything like that. There's been nothing too, I mean, it's been kind of quiet. We can't really travel anywhere, obviously. Nobody should be traveling. We've been wearing masks, we've been doing all that. I've been watching a lot, and that was another thing too, actually. My skin, when we moved, kind of went to garbage really fast. So I also hadn't been wearing makeup because I was getting reactions to everything. So what was I gonna do? Film a makeup video and be like, I'm not wearing anything. So I've been dealing with that, which has been fun, and I got on to watching an amazing YouTuber called Skincare with Hyram, or just Hyram, and his product recommendations work so well with my face, although I do have to say, just for right now, my favorite cleanser is not working as well, just because it's so dry, it's so dry outside that the cleanser is stripping away at my skin, which is not its fault. I just need to get a gentler cleanser for winter time because we have winter in Canada. So anyway, so I have that on my eyes, just one wash, easy peas, done. Next thing you know, we need to do the brows, and the brows are the one thing that I actually kind of still go a little ham on, and the reason for that is because I can't wax them. And before all you people go, just wax them yourself. There are things in my beauty routine I will not do on my own, and I will let get hairy, and my eyebrows and upper lip are one of them. And the reason is, every time I try to wax my upper lip on my own, I would rip part of my face apart, and my eyebrows have, on this eye here, I don't know if you can see, you can't really, I have a scar from right there, and every time I would ever try to get those working and wax it myself, I would rip too many hairs off, and then I would look lopsided. So we wear masks, can't see my upper lip hair, and if you can't see it on camera, that's fine. And then my eyebrows, I just, they're little works of art. My little caterpillars are little works of art, thanks to the lovely lady who waxes my eyebrows, so I don't mess with them either. So yes, so I just brush them out. I have two of these, and I'm just trying to use them. This is the MAC Brow, does this have a name? Shape and Shade Brow Tint for eyebrows. It comes with a pen. You guys have probably seen this. This is not new. It comes with a pen on one side, and on the other side, like a weird pomade-y kind of nubbin. I don't ever use the other side, so I only use the pen. You just shake it up a little bit. And then what I do, and the reason why I do this is I focus a lot on the bottom of my arch and on the tail. And I do this because even when my brows are unruly, like they are right now, it gives some definition to the actual brow, which is nice because they desperately just need to kind of just be given a little bit of a shape. And then what I do is I fill in from the bottom up and just kind of like closer to where I filled in that line, and then I just kind of move my way up, and you'll see why. If this is not perfect, it's not that big of a deal in a sec. So see, just that compared to that, just a little definition, nothing crazy. And then I do the same thing on the other side. So yeah, so how are you guys been doing? Has everyone been keeping safe? We have, like I said, we've been watching WandaVision. I've been watching a little bit on Amazon Prime, the new show with Anna Paquin called Flack. It's about publicists in London who have offices all over the world, and it's really good. Total guilty pleasure show I loved is Bridgerton. I don't know if anybody else is into somewhat historical dramas like that, but I am, and I freaking loved it. I thought it was so good, so hot. The Vejans is very good looking, and yeah, so if you haven't watched Bridgerton and you just want to turn your brain off and get away, watch it. It's real good. And then what else have we been watching? We've just trying to think. Queen's Gambit. Queen's Gambit was really good. We watched that a while ago, but I really enjoyed that. And yeah, I'm just trying to think. I kind of just like bop around. Oh, anything on Disney Plus. The Howard Ashman documentary. If you guys are into Disney, if you're a Disney-phile at all, and you're into anything regarding like the history of Disney, Howard Ashman was the songwriter, like not the actual, like the lyricist, there you go, that's the proper word, the lyricist for movies like Aladdin, The Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast. He did and direct produced Little Shop of Horrors. If you're into anything like that, the documentary that was done for him, I've seen it twice now, it makes me cry. He unfortunately passed away of AIDS in, I think it was like 1990 or 1991, and like his story, it's just heartbreaking. It's amazing. Like, it's not heartbreaking as in his life story is heartbreaking, but like the prejudices, I guess you could say, that existed towards gay people at that time, and the way that AIDS was treated, and it's just unbelievable. Anyways, so yeah, so if you haven't seen Howard, I highly recommend it on Disney Plus. It's so good. So then, sorry, I then take my spoolie and I just brush out. The nice part about this MAC pen is that you can just, you brush it out and it kind of feathers out some of the harshness. So see how my brows now just look a little bit more like defined and there. Then what I do is I take the Benefit Gimme Brow like pomade-y stuff, and I use this to help just lift up my brows. I do believe this is color 3. I usually pick up the Gimme Brow around Christmas, and sometimes at around this time of the year. You can get it in a pack that has the travel size and the regular size. I pick up like 4 of those, and that's what I use because I love it. I haven't found a pomade that I like as much, or like a gel that I like as much. And yeah, then what I do is I just take my spoolie again, just gently run them through, and just like that, see my little scar, you can barely see it, and I now have a little bit more defined shape that doesn't look so unruly, but it's working with it, so that's fine. Now what we want to do is we want to highlight our inner corner and our brow bone. So if I can find it, I have my little makeup bag. I literally keep everything in a little makeup bag, and yeah, so I have my little brow highlighting color, and just put that right there. Now I know if you have hairy brows, you probably think like, I don't want to do that. It's gonna accentuate my eyebrow hair. It does, I'm not gonna lie. It does, but at a distance and when you're on camera, it kind of just helps catch the light a little, which is nice. And then in my inner corner, I do just color that on. Just feed it in right there. And call it a day on that. Now we need to do lashes and just a little bit of highlighter, and we're almost done, guys. So yeah, so anyway, so what else have we been up to? We really haven't been much. The bakery, since I had mentioned it, has been kind of busy, which has been lovely. When we moved, we didn't know how well it would be received. We were kind of nervous, and the whole goal was to get my husband kind of up and running and established. But the bakery kind of did a whole life of its own thing, which I'm really thankful for. I'm not complaining, and yeah, I do decorate sugar cookies and custom cakes and things like that, which has been a lot of fun, and I've really kind of enjoyed that. So yeah, no complaints there. I have some Hershey Kisses cookies that I get to do, which I'm really excited for, and Valentine's Day is coming up, so yeah, keeping kiddos like busy. We don't have any kids, we have our dog. Our dog is not doing so well, so that was another thing that kind of took up a lot of our time last year. And yeah, so I just use this is Becca what color is this? Perfector Moonstone. This is, I don't think they consider this like an actual highlighter. This is just a shimmering skin perfector, and the color is Moonstone. I've had this forever, literally forever, and it is my favorite for these kind of like naturally kind of days. Even when I used to do like full crazy foundation, I'd still only really put this on, and the reason is because it's just got such a nice shine to it. So I put this here between my brows, on my cupid's bow, chin again, and then I focus it more right on the outer part of my cheekbones, and I put it actually underneath my brow bone as like a highlighter. If you really wanted to, you could tap it in, but I do find that the little pencil that I used is enough. And then next is mascara. Now, I have been trying really hard to support local businesses, and in our town we have a really amazing little salon, and they do brow lifts, or not brow lifts, lash lifts and tints, and that has been something that I have been really enjoying doing. And obviously the salons in our area have been closed since December 24th, so I haven't been able to go. So instead, I just use a really good lash now, or really good mascara. Now this is a really super underrated mascara. I got this in a FabFitFun box, but I've actually used this before, and it's the Stila Extreme Lash Mascara. I don't know if my, there you go. It's like just in a gold packaging. You can get it at Shoppers Drug Mart. I think you can order it on Sephora. I have used this before. I really like that. If you don't like this one, then the Bambi Lash is also my other favorite. I've also got to try the Bite Beauty mascara, because the Bambi Lash I find dries out kind of quick. So that was my only kind of gripe, but I opened this one before I got the Bite one, so I'm going to use this. Now it's got one of those like really floofy brushes. And I really like this. The formula is kind of wet, which is, I can see that being problematic for some people. For me, I don't mind it. I just kind of let them dry, and I'm just kind of careful, but I just put this on, and every time I wear this, if I'm out, somebody always says my lashes look really nice. Which I find is kind of crazy, because I've known about this mascara for so long. I have tried finding reviews on it before I bought it, and didn't hear anything. So I'm assuming it's underrated. People don't know about it. And yes, I don't know how to do my mascara without getting insanely close to my mirror, so sorry guys, you're stuck watching me stare at this and do this very much up close. What have you guys been watching? What have you guys been enjoying? What are some activities that you guys have been kind of doing while you guys have been in quarantine if you've had to, or if you've been in lockdown. I feel bad for any of my UK people because it seems like the situation, you guys kind of get like one step ahead and then kind of somehow end up like 5 steps behind, which I have no idea how that must feel. It must be such an emotional roller coaster for you guys, and I really feel for you. And yeah, we've been lucky. Like I said, we've been lucky. And I'm not going to sugarcoat that. I feel very blessed. So yeah, there's my mascara, guys. Like I said, it's a very wet formula, but just like that, easy peas, pumpkin squeeze. And there we go. I don't do any setting powder or setting spray. I do nothing. This is just the look. This is just how we start and end. Take the clips out before you go onto your Zoom meeting because you look like you're crazy. Fluff your hair, and how good do we look? I know, stupid. Okay, sorry, I had a moment there. Yeah, so there we go. And then I find that this will carry me easily through the day. It helps me look put together without actually having put too much effort into it. Obviously, if I wasn't filming this and I wasn't chatting with you guys all the way through, I feel like this would probably have not taken as long. But yeah, here we are. This is it. So I hope you guys are all having a great day. I'm sorry that this took so long. I did see some requests on my sage oil video about maybe going through more scents and things like that. I will gladly do that. We still use our diffuser. When we moved into this house, actually, it smelled like canned dog food, which if you guys know that smell, it's disgusting. I can't even open up a thing of canned dog food anymore. But so yeah, so if you guys are into that, I can gladly do that. I can go through some stuff. I haven't been able to purchase anything really recently because I haven't ordered. I'm nervous about ordering it online because I don't want them to break. But I can totally do that and then let you know how that goes. And I also had a request to do a video about dog-friendly essential oils. I'm kind of weary about doing that only because different dogs react differently to things and certain scents. Like my dog's never had any problems with any of the scents that I've been burning, but I can, or not burning, what am I talking about? That I've been diffusing, but I can let you know. And yeah, anyways, I hope everybody's doing well. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am so sorry this is taking me so long, but I'm happy to be back. And yeah, I hope you guys are all having a good day. Oh, I forgot one thing. Lip chat. If you live in a cold climate or you're just prone to dry lips, I have been using literally forever this Jack Black Moisture Therapy Lip Balm SPF 15 in Shea Butter. Can you guys see that? I don't know if it's gonna work. Yes, there you go. Okay, this stuff is available at Sephora. It's expensive, but it's not that expensive. It's like, what is it? I think it's like maybe $10, which is expensive for a lip chap, but it lasts forever. It has SPF 15. It comes in like a million different scents, and like there's grapefruit, there's lemon, there's shea, there's mint, like everything. Now, they market this as men's grooming products, but there's a little bit of a shine to it, which I find kind of funny. So, you know, I don't know. My husband doesn't love it because it's shiny. I love this stuff. I have been using this stuff religiously for like 10 years. I am obsessed, and this is the only stuff that all winter and under a mask, it doesn't like get sticky under your mask. I also have when I really need it, the Lana lips, but this stuff I hate wearing under a mask. I find that it gets too sticky, and it doesn't like work. So I've used this, and it's great. It's literally saved my lips almost all winter, all the time. And yeah, so little trade secret, which isn't a trade secret, the Jack Black Lip Balm. Totally recommend it. Anyways, I will officially end. I hope you guys are having a good day. Thank you so much. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for paying attention and listening, and be kind to one another, be kind to yourselves, and I hope you guys are having a good day. See ya!